Hello guys, welcome to Jaka's Journey YouTube channel. So this is the second video in the Euro series. In the last video, I have shared how to book the appointment for the visa, Schengen visa. So after you do the payment, this is the email you will get from VFS Global. In this, the three documents are there. We will discuss one by one all. So this is the first document which I have opened here. So in this, this is your appointment confirmation letter. Your appointment date is there, appointment time is there. So number of customers or the number of candidates are two. Visa category is tourist, and the name and other passport details and appointment time and other details are there. And I will show you the payment which I have done. So as I was showing in the last video, the 1850 rupees for one person. So the total amount for two-person I have done 3700. So this is your appointment confirmation documents. This you have to show it on the when you go to the visa center. The second document which they have shared is this consent form. This is okay. Just let me just complete this. This is a consent form for the optional services. This optional services also I have discussed in the last video, where launch, premium launch, and form assistance, and SMS and courier services, etc., etc. Is available from the VFS Globals. But these all are optional services. Whether you can fill it right now or you can fill it one day prior to, you can inform the VFS Global Center one day prior to your appointment date. Okay, so this is optional services. The last and which is very the last form, which is a very important form, is this tourist form, which is I have opened it here. Just okay. So this is the main guideline for you to prepare all the documents on the day when you visit the visa center. These all documents we will discuss one by one. But before that, when you click it here, here you see the visa application form, which you have to fill it on your own. If you don't take it, if you don't take assistance from VFS Global on that day, you can fill it prior before going to the visa center. So when you click here, this link will open, and from here you can download whatever format you want. So I have downloaded English German format, which I have opened it here. So this is the application for Schengen visa, and this application form is free, and you can download it as I have shown you. You can download it, and you have to fill this entire form before going to the visa center. Okay, and uh, that's it. So this is the first task that you have to complete. This is the form. So I have a filled form with me, which I filled for myself. So I will show you one by one what you have to fill in these options. So starting from the first option, here you have to mention your surname. Okay, and if you have a different surname at the time of your birth and currently, then you have to mention it here. If not, just leave it blank. Then you have to write your first name, your date of birth, your place of birth, your current nationality, your birth country, and if you have a different nationality at the time of birth, that you have to mention. Otherwise, just simply write NA, not applicable. Here again, not applicable. You have to mention your gender details, your civil status, married or separated, divorce. Okay. And if you are filling this form for your kids, then you have to write parental authority, like you have to mention your details that you are filling for your kids. For Indians, the national identity number is going to be the Aadhaar card number. So you can mention your Aadhaar card number here. Then you have to select your travel document, that is going to be passport, and which passport you are holding, that you can mention here. Then you have to mention your passport number, date of issue of the passport, till what time your passport is valid, and issue of a passport, which country. Then here you can mention if you have any family members who is EU or European Union, European Economical Association, or Switzerland citizens. That details, or any other category like United Kingdom, agreement between Swiss Confederation. So if anything is applicable for any of the family members, the details you can mention it here. If not, simply write NA, not applicable. Then the relationship with that family member, so whether it's a spouse, children, grandchildren, so that you can mention, otherwise just simply write NA. Then here you have to mention your details, your current residence, and the email ID, uh, and then telephone numbers. This is you have to fill your own details. And if the nationality and the residence is different, then you have to mention your that detail, otherwise simply click no. And you have to mention your occupation details like employed, and what is the category like consultant. And you have to mention the details of your employer with the mobile number, with the telephone number, so the details you can mention. And the purpose of the journey is simply tourism, so I have selected this tourism. And also in additional information for the purpose of stay, so I have written like, as a tourist I'm going to be exploring alpine landscape, pristine lakes, outdoor activities, charming villages of the Switzerland, and different parts of the Europe. Okay, so during this trip I am visiting different states like Switzerland, Netherlands, France, and Spain. And out of that, the main destination is Switzerland, because I'm applying my Schengen visa from the Switzerland only, and I'm staying for the maximum number of days at Switzerland only. Okay, then the first entry state, like I'm my flight directly from India. I have direct flight from Mumbai to Netherlands, Amsterdam. So that is why Netherlands becomes my first entry point. And you can select the multiple entries. Like, let's say if you get a Schengen visa for 3 months, then if you select these multiple entries, then you can exit or enter the European Union multiple times. And you have to mention your departure, your date of arrival in the Europe area, and the date of departure from the Schengen area. Then you have to mention that whether you have given the fingerprints earlier also for the Schengen visa. If not, simply say no. And the this is the option if you are basically proceeding from Europe Union to any other country and not returning back to the your original country. Let's say you are going to UK or US or any other country, then you have to mention that detail. And also you have to mention whether you have the permit to continue your journey or not. Otherwise, if you are returning back to your own country, then simply mention NA. Then you have to so mention the details of your hotel and temporary accommodation. If you have any friends or family member who is inviting you to the Europe Union, then you can mention his or her details here. Otherwise, simply mention the hotel and temporary accommodation details. Like in my case, I am staying in Netherlands at via Amsterdam hotel. Then in Switzerland, I am staying at the Airbnb. Then other member state like Netherlands and Spain and France, I have attached a separate booking and itinerary details as a separate document. I have attached because of the space constraint here, so I have attached in a separate document. Then whatever hotels you have booked in different states, so you have to mention their email IDs, contact number, telephone number here, and their addresses also. Okay. And if you have an inviting person, then if any person who is in Europe Union right now, so he is inviting you, then you have to mention the details of his or her occupations and organization and everything. If not, simply write NA. Okay. Here you have to mention how you are going to fund your travel. So I have selected by myself only, so I'm going to bear the cost of the trip by myself only, so I have selected this option. I'm going to carry a few euro and Swiss franc also, so I have written cash also. I have selected cash also. I'm going to carry credit card. I'm going. And for the accommodation and transport, I have already done the payment, prepaid and prepaid transport and accommodation. This is how I can explain to the authority that I have already done the booking for accommodation and transport. So the cost of trip is already partially already been paid. Then the last option is if you are filling this form for someone else, or your form is getting filled by someone else, then you have to mention the details of that person. And if not, simply write NA. And that's it. That's it. This is how you fill this Schengen visa form. At the end, you can read all these details, which is in English. You can read all these terms and conditions and a little bit about this, and then simply take a printout, write a place and date, and say, give your signature here. Take the printout of this form and present it at the present it at Visa Application Center with your different required documents, which we are going to discuss in the next video. And yeah, that's it. So this is how you can fill your Schengen visa form, and hope this helps you. Thank you so much.